Hello there. Good day to you all, to all my lovely TBCians, broadcasters, and the greater billion coin community at large. I am, as usual, Ibrahim Kareem, broadcasting to you tales of motivation and inspiration, seeking to enlighten and lift us all up so that we can continue the journey and get there as quick as possible to our abundance destination. Today will not be an exception. As usual, I'll be talking about a pertinent issue to do with us in the billion coin community. I would be going over one very important article on our blog that had been written by our admin last year. I'm sure some of us might have seen it, but I'm also certain that quite a lot of us wouldn't have. And then, since that time till now, quite a few of us have just recently signed up as new members of the community. So this might have escaped us because I know it's not usual for people to go back into the archives and read up. So the article that I'm going to be reviewing today, the admin's article, came up on the blog. That's our normal blog dot thebillioncoin.info. Was put up late last year, November, and titled Exceptions to the Policy Limitations of 100 TBC Only, coming from Cookie Rewards. Now, I'm sure most of us, when we log on to our back office on the dashboard, we always see it clearly there that you are limited to only 100 TBCs during your lifetime. Obviously, some people might want to take exceptions, or some people might wonder, why are you limited to 100 TBCs? Even though I can really assure you that 100 TBC is very, very, very generous of the admin, because there is no way you cannot be satisfied with 100 TBCs. This is a humongous sum of money. In fact, personally, I would be satisfied with 50 TBC coins, and that would be enough for me for a lifetime. But if you are successful enough and work hard enough to have gained 100, and you're wondering why you cannot get more, this is the reason. But as the article said, there is a few exceptions, and here we go. So you might want to go for your 101 TBC coin. So before we go into the exceptions, some things need to be made clear. TBC is not a currency with a mission. It is a mission with a currency. Let me say that again in case you didn't catch it. TBC is not a currency with a mission, but the other way around. It is a mission with a currency. Also, you should know a legal structure has been put in place where all 1 billion TBC coins are in a master trust, and a sub trust is created for every TBC wallet, and the coins they hold beneath the master trust. You don't own TBC. We're all aware of that. Before you get a send button in your TBC wallet, you must pass the send button test. Right. Let's look at question 2, which we all answered to. It goes thus: because we are a private community, we are entitled to self-regulation with our centralized coin network, and discounters of our coin will have their send buttons turned off by the admin. Other abusive behavior within our community could also result in the same thing. If a member's send button is turned off, they will be given a period of time to reform, and then they can get their send button turned back on. We have seen that decentralized coins tend to lose their value because of a small number of people. Discounting them will drive the price down sharply and ultimately create loss for all users of those coins. A coin such as ours, which is based on the principle of abundance, requires a responsible admin to regulate its use centrally. The best way to view our coin is as a community property, and each member is a steward over their portion. This is implied within the membership agreement. The question was, are you allowed to transact with our coin at any price of your choosing? The option we were given were 2. No, our coin is part of a private community and you have to conduct all transactions at the published current price only. Secondly, yes, you purchase the coin and it's your property to use as you wish at whatever price you want. Obviously, the correct answer is no. Our coin is part of a private community and you have to conduct all transactions at the published price only. So pay close attention to these sentences. The best way to view our coin is as community property, and each member is the steward over their portion. This is implied within the membership agreement. Once you understand how the sub-trust protects you and the whole TBC community, you will get very excited. Let's give an example here. The principle is to own nothing and control much. To a poor person, this may not make sense, but to rich people already understand this principle. So in this example, there are 2 dogs. A poor man owns the dog and licenses the dog under his own name, and the dog bites a wealthy person. The wealthy man sues the poor man in court and wins, and garnishes his wages to pay off the judgment, and the poor man becomes poorer. The second dog belongs to a trust a rich man sets up for that dog, and the only thing in that trust is the dog. That dog bites a poor woman, and she thinks she will suddenly become rich by suing the rich man. But the case is dismissed because the rich man does not own the dog and there is no money in the trust. The point to this example is to welcome the legal structure of TBC and don't obsess over not owning TBC. The problem with the current financial structure is corruption has completely taken over, allowing the hoarding of wealth away from the mass majority. It is pure evil that 1% own 99% of all the wealth in the world, leaving about 50% of the world population in abject poverty. What a waste of human potential. Strip away the means of a man, and that man is likely to lead a meaningless life. Hope you can see how evil it is. This is the reason TBC has been forging a new path away. We are going our own way, centered on truths and not lies. 100 TBC coins is worth a great deal today and will become massive once we reach our objective of 1 billion members. We have, at the moment, today, 3,332,000 members. So this means each TBC coin is worth roughly 3,332,000 grains of gold. And when we use this third-party calculator, is shown as, this is a rough estimate, $8,450,000. Times that by 100 TBC coins, and that equals roughly $850 million. Then when we reach our objective of 1 billion members, those same 100 TBC coins will be worth, in fact, there's too many zeros here, 100 billion. This is a stupendous amount of money, which is so big, calculators generally can't process it, but it is roughly $250 billion. My Lord, I'm getting overwhelmed already. I hope you are too. At some point, you can draw the conclusion of having too much abundance, especially when you understand the responsibilities that come with such stewardship. Yes, the TBC billionaires will be the ones erecting future skyscrapers and establishing institutions of their own, and will be able to provide liquidity to the TBC millionaires they are aligned with in this grand mission to raise up humanity. But in order for an economy to work, there needs to be some friction between socio-economic classes, and not everyone can be a billionaire. In fact, not everyone should be a billionaire. Can we imagine our whole population in the world today, roughly 7 billion? If we are all billionaires, 7 billion billionaires, where will we spend the money? No billionaire is going to be sitting in the restaurant opening up to cook for you. No billionaire is going to be on the farm tilling the soil to bring food for us. So we'll just end up being 7 billion hungry people. So that's where there must be some billionaires, some millionaires, some thousandaires, some hundredaires, and there will still be a few poor people that will need to be assisted. That is the socio-economic friction we're talking about. Another thing to consider is that there are exactly 1 billion TBC coins. If it was too easy to get 100 TBC coins, then once 10 million members collected them, the admin wallet would run to zero prematurely, and that would be the end of cookie rewards. And without further incentive to offer, we most likely would not be able to get to 1 billion members. Frankly, if you manage to hit this limitation, you shouldn't be concerned about getting even more TBC coins. Yes, 100 TBC coins should be enough for any normal human being that is not greedy. You should be even more excited and work even harder to help the community get to 1 billion members, knowing that the incentive is to mature your coins to $250 billion. That's a massive stewardship. The TBC community will expect much from you. TBC was never meant to be a mission of personal gain only. No, that to be selfish. Remember, another of our send button question is whether greed was applicable to us or not. And obviously, we know that greed is not necessary, nor is it applicable to us. We do want to raise all members up. In the end, worst case scenario, you will become a TBC millionaire. A simple transaction of 40 grains of gold worth of Kringles will result in TBC millionaire status. And it doesn't get easier than that to become a millionaire. What the admin finds interesting is the notion that today you could do such a transaction and then immediately go through the redemption process. And out of sheer ignorance, some people think they should be able to cash it all in. Where do these people think that money is coming from? We are in the distribution phase, people. Movement in the millions such as that would only be available once a mature, full-blown TBC Kringle economy has been established. Think of the distribution phase like a condominium skyscraper being built, and condos are being sold long before they are built. People literally are buying here at first. Maybe the foundation has been built and people are buying condos on the 10th floor already. The 10th floor won't exist for at least a year, and people feel like they are getting a bargain with their purchase. And they are not wrong. So I think the admin has cleared up a lot here. All exception relate to building up membership in TBC. Let's look at how a member could even get to this 100 TBC coin limit in the first place. Broadcasters certainly have the advantage here. Broadcasters get 100 cookies for every send button meeting they view. They would have to view 10,000 meetings to hit the limit of 100 TBC coins. That's not likely to ever happen. They also get 100 cookies for every broadcast that they do. And again, it will take 10,000 broadcasts to hit the limit. So, meeting and broadcast are for So meetings and broadcasts are not going to ever reach that limit alone. Broadcasters do get 100 million cookies for each exchange of 40 grains of gold, and it will cost about $10,000 worth of Kringles to hit the limit. We can see that happening in a few cases, but in principle, we don't want to exceed the 100 TBC limit based solely on large purchases. That was the main reason The admin wrote the previous article saying that cookie reward is not available for institutions. That is only individuals purchase. We don't want like a company to come in now and then start buying into TBC. No, it will be quite selfish of that to happen. So a basic millionaire member that doesn't broadcast gets 100,000 cookies for the same transaction. It will cost them 10 million worth of TBC to hit the limit. So far, these are not the ways members would even hit the limit. Builders that sponsor 100 new members get 1 billion cookies for each set of 100 people. So a big builder that signs up 1,000 new members could hit this limit. Unfortunately, scammers have swarmed around the TBC community, taking advantage wherever they can. In the previous 2 redemption periods, all referrals counted towards cookie rewards, and email verification was all that was required. Have you noticed most of the recruiting services around TBC dried up and went away once membership was based on paid status and not just email verifications? Admin has seen a lot of obvious fraud coming from these recruiting services, and the change to paid status corrected that situation. So if you have earned enough cookie rewards that exceeds the 100 TBC limit based on sign-ups and sending a support ticket asking for an exception, they better be real referrals. For now, if you signed up over 1,000 paid referrals and ask for an exception, that will be accepted and you'll be issued additional TBC coins as earned, deserving the reward. But if you try to scam admin by claiming all of your email verified non-paid signups are real, then you will need to prove it. Get them to become paid and have them complete their profiles. A true builder doesn't sign up people and immediately abandon them. Being a sponsor comes with some responsibilities to encourage their recruits to fully plug into the TBC community. We are turning people into millionaires and billionaires, for goodness sake. Why wouldn't they want to fully plug in? It's just going to be set. If you think you deserve to get more than 100 TBC coins for a half-assed job on your part, then it's not happening. On the other hand, if you have carefully read the blog, it's been shown to you many ways to be a big builder, and you can get thousands of new members in paid status and plugged into the TBC community. And for those kind of builders, there are really no limits for you. Send in a support ticket and make your case. If you have clean paid referrals and they have completed their profiles, then you fit into the exception and admin will reward you beyond the limitation. Many of us run large meetings and have set up a good system to sign up thousands of people. Or perhaps you have partnered with a number of merchants and they pass out your business cards. The admin could go along with that as long as you follow up with each that signed up. Some sales funnels could also produce thousands of paid referrals. So like the admin has said, all exceptions relate to building up membership in TBC. Admin will look at each situation on a case-by-case basis. This article will be required reading if you present a case through the help desk, and the admin will investigate. Honesty is the best policy. So, my fellow TBCians, broadcasters, and TBC community at large, this is the situation for anyone looking to get more than 100 TBC coins. There is an exception for those who are hungry for more. If you want to get 110 coins from your paid up referrals, if you have more than 1,000 paid up referrals, definitely you will get your extra coins. The admin has assured you that. But make sure they are paid referrals and have their profiles completed. That is the message for today. If you have enjoyed my broadcast, please subscribe to my channel and please click the like button. If there's any question you would like addressed, kindly let me know and I would address it in my future broadcast. Thank you for listening and thank you for your time. God bless you.